And as we continue to experience the hot weather, lots of people are flocking to pools and bodies of water to cool off. One of those pools is the Ross Park Aquatic Center in Pocatello. The local attraction features a full-size pool, splash pad for small children, lazy river, and 2 new water slides. The pool also has a full complement of lifeguards who are specifically trained to look for anyone who may be showing signs of distress and how to administer first aid. The Aquatic Center also hosts sensory swim days, with the next one coming up on July 20th. Stacy Van Kirk, who is the recreation manager at the Ross Park Aquatic Center, says if your family is headed to the pool, get a head start on applying the sunscreen.
You're supposed to apply sunscreen 30 minutes before you even get here. So it's that early application of sunscreen. Don't wait till you get here. And then reapply. We do the hourly safety check. If you haven't applied it during that, you should. It's a good reminder for people to take care of themselves.
The Ross Park Aquatic Center is open every day of the week through the summer. A local clinic is offering some procedures for free. The Pocatello Free Clinic and the Idaho State University Family Medicine Residency Program are teaming up to offer a free vasectomy and circumcision clinic. They are offering free vasectomies and newborn circumcisions on the first Tuesday of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Anyone can utilize the program with or without insurance. Dr. Neil Reagan, a family medicine doctor with ISU, says the procedures are done by a resident physician under his supervision.
It's a service to community people who live in the community who may generally not have enough money to cover these procedures themselves, and it's a way of providing training to our resident physicians, which also benefits the community and benefits the whole state of Idaho, because our residents will be graduating from this program and spreading out across Idaho and other places where they need to be competent with both of these procedures.
And you can call the Pocatello Free Clinic to schedule an appointment. Coming up on KPVI News today, a man who survived the deadly rally shooting speaks out. It's 6:18 and 72 degrees.
Cole Chevrolet. Live great.
Eastern Idaho has an abundance of incredibly talented athletes, and KPVI, along with your East Idaho GMC dealers, want to highlight the best of the best. So join me Saturday nights on KPVI News Weekends as I announce the Athlete of the Week. Each week, I'll bring you highlights of our honored athlete and show you why they were chosen. And if you have a suggestion, make sure to email me at kcalvin@kpvi.com.
The KPVI GMC Athlete of the Week is sponsored by your East Idaho GMC dealers.
Are you tired of struggling with your weight? It's time to take control of your life and achieve your goals.
I battled with my weight for years, but nothing seemed to work. That's when I discovered Empower, and it totally changed my life.
Empower is a full-service weight loss plan with ongoing support from certified experts. It's more than just losing weight. It's embracing a healthier lifestyle.
I've lost 110 pounds and kept it off.
I've regained my self-confidence and have a lot more energy.
Don't wait another day. Transform your life and achieve the body you've always dreamed of.
I love the Smart Strand carpet. All these awesome colors. Such great colors. The texture, it's so soft.
When you're ready to have some fun, don't let anything slow you down, especially high credit card fees. With Westmark Credit Union, you can have all the fun you want, when you want. With our new Buy Now, Pay Later option built right into your checking account, you're just a couple clicks away from spreading those debit charges into monthly installments that's right for you. It's the flexibility you need with the customized payment plan you deserve. So have fun with Westmark Credit Union's new Buy Now, Pay Later option. Westmark Credit Union is with you every step of the way.
You're watching KPVI News Today. KPVI News Today. News that works for you.
A San Diego man who survived the deadly rally shooting is speaking out about what he's calling a traumatic experience. Jeanette Quezada reports.
As screams of chaos fill the air after the shooting at the Trump rally, you can see Blake Marnell right in front of the podium, stand up in his border wall suit, trying to grasp what happened.
I don't really know that I fully, come to grips with it.
As Secret Service agents rush to the stage, you can see Marnell stand up and pull out his phone to capture the deadly violence unfolding around him.
And I think more so that comes out when people are asking me about it, and I realize how traumatic it still is for them, for everybody who witnessed it.
He says about 15 minutes into Mr. Trump's speech, chaos ensued after hearing what sounded like firecrackers. Marnell says he looked around at the audience, but it didn't immediately register what he was hearing were gunshots. His thoughts and head immediately turning to the president, who couldn't be seen because he was draped, surrounded by Secret Service.
I was wondering if he was dead. You know, I was wondering if the worst case scenario had happened. And I was really just trying to listen to what the Secret Service was saying.
Marnell says he heard a second series of gunshots and people around began telling each other to get down. Once the gunfire stopped, he got up and moments later saw Mr. Trump get up with blood at the top of his right ear. He says a wave of emotion washed over the crowd. There was shock and anger, prayer, and a lot of people were worried.
And, we were still all very concerned with, there could be other injuries that we couldn't see. But we saw fight in him. And we saw him walk off largely under his own power. I mean, as best as you can when you have 6 or 7 Secret Service agents with their arms draped all over you. I mean, that's not an easy task.
It wasn't after the former president was whisked away that Marnell says he found out about the Trump supporter who was killed by the gunman and the 2 others that were seriously injured.
It's incredibly sad. That's absolutely tragic. I think that Americans, no matter what their political affiliation, would agree that you should reasonably expect to be able to go to a political gathering and not fear for your life.
Marnell is hoping the country can rise above this tragedy.
And we cannot live our lives in fear in America. We can't. We'll become prisoners of it. And I would like people not to be afraid. This is a situation that can make someone afraid. But broadly speaking, we're not going to solve anything through fear. We're not going to solve anything through violence in our political spectrum either. So I'd like people to consider another solution, which is hope and a plan to move our country forward in a better direction.
And now, Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Eric Ash.
Amazing to be there, have a front row seat to history. Wow. All right, let's take a look outside our weather window. This is Interstate 15, Pocatello. We're looking at pretty good conditions. You can see a little bit of light layering of the clouds off in the distance there. As we do check in on this red flag warning starting up at noon today, going till midnight tonight. All these areas shaded in red, so we're talking in through the Chalice, Mackay area, also in through the Southern Highlands. If you plan on getting up into the hills, please be careful. Dry conditions, hot temperatures, a little bit of wind makes it ripe for fires to begin and thrive. 71 degrees right now, Pocatello, sunshine. As we mentioned, a little bit of light cloud activity, 7-mile-per-hour winds as we start the day. 60 in through Idaho Falls with a 3-mile-per-hour wind. Here's a look at some of the temperatures around the region. Waking up on this Monday, Afton 55, Soda Springs 62, DuBois 63, Dillon, Montana in the 60s right now, Chalice 60s, Arco 60s, upper 60s in through American Falls, Power County, Aberdeen area, and looking at our wind speeds right now. Single-digit wind speeds through the lower Snake River Plain, Twin Falls, a little gusty at 15 miles per hour. Not too bad, though. Single-digit wind speeds from Soda Springs, Downey, in through Idaho Falls, Rigby, Rexburg, and Madison County area. Storm tracker radar, some upper-level atmospheric rain and moisture in through the Soda Springs area. That's pushing into Wyoming right now. Cloud cover for much of the rest of us, as you can see, stretching all the way from the Treasure Valley into the Central Mountains, in through eastern Idaho, and those clouds will stick around for much of the day with partly cloudy skies. We will see intermittent sunshine today. Highs back up in the 90s for the lower valley. Pocatello, Chubbuck, Blackfoot, Fort Hall, American Falls, all in the 90s for a high today. Mid to upper 80s in through the upper valley today. Southeast Highlands, we're looking for partly cloudy skies as well. 85 the high for Soda Springs, 89 for Lava, 91 for Ingham and for Downey. And in for the upper Highlands, western Wyoming, slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm mainly for the Jackson area today with a high of 82, 75 for Yellowstone, 88 for for Du Bois, and then in for the Central Mountains, partly cloudy. You're going to notice a little bit more breezy conditions than the rest of us. 90s for Salmon, Chalice, 80s for highs today in Leadore, Stanley, Mackay, and Arco. Then overnight tonight, things clear up a bit for the Central Mountains as we drop back down into the 50s for much of us for those overnight lows. Mostly clear in through the Teton County, Wyoming, and Idaho area with Jackson, Afton hitting lows in the 40s, 40s for Island Park, 50s for Driggs and Du Bois, and for the Southeast Highlands, mostly clear tonight. Preston hitting a low of 56, 49 for Montpelier, and 59 for Income. Mostly clear through the Snake River Plain, Pocatello hitting a low of 58 degrees, 56 for Idaho Falls, 54 for Rexburg, 58 for American Falls. Here's a look at our Southeast Idaho Chevy dealers 7-day forecast. Hot for the rest of the week as we take those high temperatures into the 90s for much of the week and pushing 100 degrees by the weekend. Blackfoot also with the hot weather, high temperatures in the 90s for all week this week and into the weekend. Idaho Falls looking for some clouds tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies though for much of the week. Highs in the 90s, mid 90s by Thursday, Saturday, upper 90s for Sunday and Monday. Rexburg looking for some clouds and some sunshine. Will be 89 for the high tomorrow, 90s for the rest of the week and into the weekend. Teton area, mostly sunny. Not too bad, 80s for the next few days. We do have a chance of an isolated shower or two on Friday, and then we'll spend the weekend next weekend in the mid 80s. And for the Central Mountains, hot temperatures back into the 90s for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and into next weekend. Deanne?
Thank you, Matt. Coming up on KPVI News today, an update on a person local police were looking for. It's 6:28 and 72 degrees.
The latest headlines. Just log on to kpvi.com.
Your job is planning, planting, harvesting, and to be on call 24 hours a day. Our job is to make sure you have the resources to keep doing it. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Sometimes less is more, and the grass is actually greener in your own backyard. Cole Chevrolet calls this finding your way of living great. Who says you need to keep up with the Joneses and buy into the latest trends? Go where you want to go and be what you want to be. The opportunities in East Idaho are endless. You may not find oceans and skyscrapers in East Idaho, but we've got everything it takes to live great. Cole Chevrolet. Live great.
Bell Medical is so excited to announce we won Best of State. With so many awards and industry-leading board-certified plastic surgeons, you can be confident you're partnering with the best in weight loss and awake lipo. Right now until the end of the month, you can get a Bell Sculpt 360 procedure starting at just $42.50 or a mommy makeover at $52.50. Our best of sell ever. We're so confident in our results. We offer our Bell Guarantee, 2 to 5 inches of fat loss after just one treatment. Book your consultation today to lock in your savings at bellmedical.com.
What's even simpler than starting a movie in the back of your new Honda? Buying a new Honda. At Smith Honda, we've made it simple. You'll save a little more on a new Honda, your experience will be a little simpler, and you'll have a little more fun here than you would anywhere else. And did I mention you'll save a little? I meant you'll save a lot. At Smith Honda, we make it simple. In fact, it's so simple there's really nothing else to say.
Taking care of life's business doesn't always happen at the most convenient times. So we make it easy for you to access and manage your banking wherever, whenever. This is Community Banking, D.L. Evans Bank.
This morning on KPVI News Today, new details about the man who made an assassination attempt on former President Trump, and the Republican National Convention is scheduled to go on as planned following the attempted assassination. This is KPVI News Today for Monday, July 15th, 2024.
You're watching KPVI News Today. KPVI News Today, news that works for you.
Good Monday morning, Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming. Thank you for waking up with KPVI News Today. I'm Deanne Coffin.
And I'm Matt Davenport in for Eric Ash.
And we'll get to our top stories in just a moment. But first, Matt, we had a big rainstorm yesterday. That
yeah,
lasted
we got
for
a
about
lot
5
of
minutes.
we got a lot of rain in a short amount of time, and we got those hot temperatures of the weekend. Not as hot as the old Highland Pocatello reunion that happened over the weekend.
That was hot.
Let's see, you attended that, and that would have been, you graduated in 19.
Yeah, don't say the year.
Yeah,
don't say the year.
Fun times.
Yeah, well, it was
reconnecting with old classmates.
Reconnecting, it was so fun. I loved it, and it was hot. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
good
and
times.
we expect more hot temperatures today. In fact, even hotter as the week goes on. Let's take a look outside our weather window. Interstate 15, Sage Junction. This is where 33 and I-15 meet. We're looking at some beautiful conditions to start off this Monday. Satellite radar picture showing that cloud cover for much of the central mountains, eastern Idaho as well. And that's coming in from the Boise area, pushing into our area. Red flag warning today, starting up at noon, going till midnight. Most likely it'll be extended through the rest of the week. All these areas shaded in red. If you plan on doing some outdoor activities, please be careful. Don't start any fires. And let's all have a nice wildfire-free summer. Deanne?
Thank you, Matt. In national news this morning, Republicans will open their national convention in Milwaukee, but the focus of the political world is on Pennsylvania this morning in the wake of the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Federal agents searching for evidence and answers, while the Secret Service is facing questions and criticism for what some in law enforcement are calling a security failure. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest.
Former President Trump traveling to Milwaukee for today's opening of the Republican National Convention. Just a day after the attempt on his life. Late Sunday, posting the message "Unite America" on social media as President Biden addresses a stunned nation from the Oval Office.
You know, the political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that.
Responsibility at the center of growing questions and frustration over how it could happen. A rooftop less than 150 yards from the rally stage left open and accessible. The alleged shooter, seen in this new video, able to fire at least 8 shots from the position before he's taken out by Secret Service snipers.
The buck does stop with the U.S. Secret Service. It's their plan. You're responsible, so you can't deflect blame on anybody else.
President Biden ordering an independent investigation into what many in law enforcement are calling a colossal breakdown and profound security failure.
If that bullet was 2 inches to the right, it would have penetrated the former president's forehead, and we would have a great American tragedy on our hands.
Federal agents searching for a motive say the man accused of pulling the trigger, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, is still a mystery, unknown to law enforcement before the attempted assassination. Jay Gray, NBC News, Butler, Pennsylvania.
In regional news this morning, Ukrainian President Zelensky addressed the National Governors Association at its summer meeting in Utah. Zelensky was greeted with roaring applause ahead of his speech on Friday. In his remarks, Zelensky said Russia's invasion of Ukraine is one of the most transparent battles between good and evil of our time. He thanked the governors and those in attendance for their support. The U.S. has been sending aid to Ukraine since the war began in February of 2022. Zelensky earlier this week was in Washington where he addressed the NATO summit.
It's so valuable that so many people and countries have united to help us to save our freedom and thus the common human understanding that evil must always lose.
All right, let's get a quick check of weather with Matt Davenport.
Hey, thank you very much there, Deanne. If you're headed to the pool today, probably the best day of the week to do it because our temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s, low 90s. However, if you do go to the pool, please layer on that SPF. We don't want you to turn into a crispy critter as you're out there enjoying the sunshine and the water. By 11 o'clock, 80 degrees. By 4 o'clock, 89 degrees. Lots of sunshine today. A little bit of cloud cover. Deanne?
Thank you, Matt. 2 men were arrested after police reportedly found them trying to traffic drugs in a local elementary school parking lot in Idaho Falls. According to East Idaho News, Ryler Jensen was charged with drug trafficking, methamphetamine, and Joshua Burnside was charged with possession of a controlled substance. Idaho Falls police obtained a search warrant and were conducting surveillance of a home Burnside was believed to be living in. Detectives observed Jensen and Burnside leaving the home in an SUV, and the vehicle eventually parked in the Hawthorne Elementary School parking lot. Officers moved in, and during a search, reportedly found over 200 grams of methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. Both men were arrested and booked into the Bonneville County Jail. Jensen on a bail of $50,000, Burnside on a bail of $20,000. Both are expected to appear in court on July 19th. If convicted, Jensen could face up to life in prison and Burnside could face up to 8 years in prison. In an update to a story we brought you on Friday, Rexburg police say Brandy Elby has been located. Police were asking the public's help in locating her after she was last seen near the hospital at Madison Health. A lawsuit with the federal court in Pocatello claims a Pocatello police sergeant violated a man's constitutional rights when the sergeant shot and killed the man last January. East Idaho News reports that the lawsuit filed on behalf of the estate of Matthew Planer and Planer's mother alleges numerous rights violations by Sergeant Rich Sampson, Officer Bravon Johnson, Police Chief Roger Shy, and the city of Pocatello. Planer was pronounced dead at the scene after he was shot by Sampson during an investigation into disturbing the peace allegation. The shooting was investigated by the Eastern Idaho Critical Incident Task Force, led by the Idaho Falls Police Department. Officials say when that investigation is completed, a report is provided to the local prosecutor's office, which then decides if the shooting was justified. A tractor trailer caught fire yesterday. It happened south of Shelley, exit 108 on Interstate 15. Idaho State Police confirmed a vehicle fire and two-vehicle crash on southbound I-15 at milepost 102. On the social media platform X, officials said southbound I-15 at exit 108 had been closed. An SUV took a dip into a geyser at Yellowstone National Park on Friday with 5 people on board. The geyser was inactive but still contained hot acidic water, reaching temperatures of up to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. The passengers were able to escape out of the car and swim to shore with non-life-threatening injuries. The geyser has been inactive since major eruption in 1922. It's not yet clear what made the vehicle lose control and drive into the geyser. The Pocatello Fire and Police Departments teamed up for a busy 4th of July week. Officers responded to 136 reports of fireworks being discharged in prohibited areas and illegal use of fireworks. 52 citations were issued and about $9,500 worth of illegal fireworks were confiscated. Meanwhile, the fire department responded to 6 grass and brush fires, 1 house fire, and 4 dumpster fires from fireworks waste. The most significant event was the wildfire that broke out near Holman Avenue, which prompted evacuations. Luckily, there was no injuries or structures lost in the fire. And the Pocatello Police Department has a new member. Last week, the department received a new canine named Kata. Katie is 1-year-old German Shepherd and was donated to the department by Keith and Anna Perkins. Kata will work with Officer Marissa Saldana and will be trained in narcotics detection. Both Kata and Saldana will complete 160 hours of training together. And the City of Pocatello Planning and Zoning Commission is hosting a public hearing. That will be this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall. The commission will hear comments on the city's proposed sign code. Since February of 2023, the city has been working to rewrite sign standards. The code provides more on-premises signage, clear rules, master sign plans, no time restrictions on portable signs, and electronic message center curfews. More information is available on the city's website. The City of Pocatello is updating residents on the Center Street Underpass project. The city says due to delays in the construction review process with the Union Pacific Railroad, the project has been paused. The underpass will be reopened later this summer until work is able to resume. The road will be repaved. Construction began earlier this spring with a water line replacement and work being done to the walls. Further work will include repairing the abutments, replacing the fascia and portals to the sidewalks, and replacing the retaining walls and sidewalks. The existing stormwater system will be adjusted and a pedestrian bridge across Center Street will also be constructed. And now here's a look at what's coming up on the Today Show.
Good morning. Coming up on Today, the very latest on the attempted assassination of former President Trump, what he is saying in a new interview overnight. Plus, we'll have new details on the investigation, the unanswered questions surrounding security at that event, and the impact on the 2024 race. Mr. Trump's senior advisor, Jason Miller, will join us live. Also ahead, an inside look at Princess Kate's emotional and unexpected appearance at Wimbledon yesterday. And then we've got stars in Studio 1A. Oscar winner Natalie Portman will tell us about starring in her first ever TV series. And we'll chat with Coleman Domingo about finding success in Hollywood later in life and his touching new movie when we see you right here on Today.
A special Maryland boy got the surprise of his life Friday, and it's all thanks to the widely popular Savannah Bananas baseball team. The Bananas brought their Banana Ball World Tour to Washington, D.C. this weekend. Ahead of the game, Banana players appeared at a donut shop in Virginia where they surprised 8-year-old Clyde Hicks with tickets to the game. Hicks is a huge baseball fan and is battling cancer in his spine and brain as a result of a rare genetic condition. Hicks refuses to let his diagnosis get in the way of playing baseball and even made a special appearance in his Little League team championship game. Very cool. I love to see that. All right, let's send it back over to Matt.
Hey, thank you very much, Deanne. We got your day planner for today. If you're planning out your Monday through Pocatello, we're looking at 70 degrees by 8 o'clock. By lunchtime, 83, 70 or 89 by 4 o'clock with mostly sunny skies for much of the day. Idaho Falls starting off the day 67 by 8 o'clock. By noon, 80, 87 by your temperature by 4 p.m. We'll have your full forecast coming up next, Deanne.
Coming up on KPVI News today, a local aquatic center has a couple of new water slides. It's 6:42 and 72 degrees.
You're watching KPVI News Today with Deanne Coffin and meteorologist Eric Ash. KPVI News that works for you. An interesting story idea? Call the KPVI News 6 hotline 1-800-366-KPVI.
Bathfitter is your best choice for your bath remodel.
We can do any tub, any shower, or convert your tub to a shower.
Call now for a free estimate and receive up to $600 off or special financing as low as $100 a month.
It's better with Bathfitter.
Hey, what you doing?
Just getting ready to take the dog for a walk.
Great, I'll go change my shoes.
That's okay, I'll just take Carbon.
But we always walk together and talk about how great Subarus are.
I know.
And how safe they are.
Yeah, that's true.
And of course they're dog friendly.
Yeah, they are.
So should I go change my shoes?
I think I'll just take the dog.
Why can't I go?
More walking, less talking.
Philmeter Subaru on Yellowstone in Pocatello.
Since the start of COVID, we've been running clean tips on KPVI about how to keep your home clean, healthy, and safe. Cleaning homes the right way is what we at Zero Res do for our customers every day. Zero Res has been lab tested and proven to clean at the highest levels possible. Since we can't be everywhere at once, we hope you're taking advantage of our tips. Call today for an appointment to ensure your home is as it should be. Zero Res Clean for as little as $39 per room.
Due to recent circumstances, we think everyone in the Southeast Idaho area could use a few tips to help regain good mental health.
I think people need to relax.
You need to learn to go with the flow at the Portneuf River.
The Portneuf River?
Most folks have no idea there are access points from the Portneuf Gap all the way to the reservation. They've recently made improvements to river access and walkways. Just go to river.pocatello.gov.
Go with the flow, baby.
Bathfitter is your best choice for your bath remodel.
We can do any tub, any shower, or convert your tub to a shower.
Call now for a free estimate and receive up to $600 off or special financing as low as $100 a month.
It's better with Bathfitter.
And now, Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Eric Ash.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on this Monday morning as we take a look outside our weather window. This is a shot of Interstate 86. You see that light cloud activity there on the horizon near Coldwater. Not too bad as far as clouds go for today. Fire, yeah, we're talking red flag warning. You want to be aware of this from noon today to midnight tonight, and most likely it'll be extended throughout the week because we have those hot temperatures, dry conditions, and the light winds that makes it ripe for fire. So please be careful as you're recreating outside. 71 degrees, sunshine in through Pocatello with a 7-mile-per-hour wind speed in through Idaho Falls. 60 degrees with sunshine and a light wind at 3 miles per hour. Getting you up and going on this Monday. We're looking at 50s and 60s in through the state. Snake River Plain, 40s through Island Park, 70s through Pocatello, 60s in through Burley, Twin Falls area, and our wind speeds not too bad this morning. Calm winds in through some areas, single-digit wind speeds for much of us, and then in through Twin Falls area, a little bit more breezy at 15 miles per hour. Here you can see our storm tracker radar in through the Island Park area, just pushing north, a little bit of upper atmospheric moisture, same for Soda Springs, pushing into Wyoming. Cloud cover for much of the area. You can see those clouds moving in from Boise into the central mountains, also through eastern Idaho as well. So for today, partly cloudy skies. You'll see some clouds, some sun throughout the day. Highs in the upper 80s for Idaho Falls, mid 80s for Rexburg, St. Anthony, low 90s for the lower valley. Partly cloudy skies through the southeast highlands. Income hitting a high of 91, 85 for Soda Springs. And then we do have a slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm. This could be developing this afternoon in through the Jackson area, Teton Valley, Wyoming. Afton hitting a high of 81, 75 for Yellowstone. And then for the central mountains, partly cloudy. You'll notice a little bit of the breeze going on, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, highs in the 80s to the low 90s. Moving ahead to your Monday night, Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, clear skies for the central mountains, 40s and 50s for those overnight lows. Mostly clear in through the Teton County, Wyoming and Idaho area, Driggs a low of 50, 40s in through Jackson, Afton and Yellowstone. And for the southeast highlands, mostly clear tonight. Soda Springs hitting a low of 52, 50s for Preston, Downey, Lava and Income. Then for the Snake River Plain, Pocatello hits a low of 58 tonight, 56 Idaho Falls with mostly clear skies. Here's a look at our Southeast Idaho Chevy dealer 7-day forecast. Hot for the rest of the week as we have highs in the 90s, mid 90s, taking us into the weekend where we're going to get into the upper 90s for Sunday, maybe 100 degrees by a week from today. Blackfoot also with the hot weather, 90-degree highs for the week ahead, lows in the 50s and 60s. In through the Idaho Falls area, mostly sunny, 90s for the week and into the weekend, 97 next Sunday, 98 a week from today. Rexburg, mostly sunny skies, 80s today, 90s tomorrow, and for the rest of the week, mid-90s by the end of the weekend and a week from today. Teton area, we do have mostly sunny skies with highs in the 80s. Slight chance of some moisture activity on Friday, but remaining in the 80s for those daytime highs. And for the Central Mountains, spending the week in the low 90s until we get to Saturday, and we'll be into the middle 90s. Deanne?
Thank you, Matt. Shannon Doherty, star of Beverly Hills 90210, has died. The actress, longtime publicist, confirmed to People magazine that Doherty died Saturday surrounded by loved ones after a year-long battle with cancer. She rose to fame as Brenda Walsh on the original Beverly Hills 90210 show. She was also known for her role on the series Charmed. Doherty was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015. In 2017, she revealed her cancer had returned after going into remission. Doherty was 53 years old. And after a complete teardown and months of construction, 2 new water slides are open at the Ross Park Aquatic Complex in Pocatello. People lined up Friday afternoon to be the first ones down the slides. Mayor Brian Blatt, along with members of the City Council and the Pocatello Chamber of Commerce chiefs, were there to cut the ribbon. The new feature at Ross Park was made possible by the Doug Milder family. Doug was a longtime Pocatello Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee chairperson. The new 35-foot tall tubes feature one that is an open concept and the other a closed tube. The old slide was condemned in 2020 for safety reasons and was torn down last year. Before the first 2 people went down the slide, a friend of the Milder family read part of the dedication plaque, which will be placed inside the Aquatic Center.
Taken from us way too soon, Doug truly lived his motto, life, be in it. He would want you to as well. God bless you, Doug.
The Ross Park Aquatic Center is open every day from noon until 7 p.m. and on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays until 8 p.m. A local clinic is offering some procedures for free. The Pocatello Free Clinic and the Idaho State University Family Medicine Residency Program are teaming up to offer a free vasectomy and circumcision clinic. They are offering free vasectomies and newborn circumcisions on the first Tuesday of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Anyone can utilize the program with or without insurance. Dr. Neil Reagan, a family medicine doctor with ISU, says the procedures are done by a resident physician under his supervision.
It's a service to community people who live in the community who may generally not have enough money to cover these procedures themselves, and it's a way of providing training to our resident physicians, which also benefits the community and benefits the whole state of Idaho, because our residents will be graduating from this program and spreading out across Idaho and other places where they need to be competent with both of these procedures.
And you can call the Pocatello Free Clinic to schedule an appointment. The city of Arco is hosting an Atomic Days. That will be next Friday and Saturday. The event is a celebration of Arco being the world's first city lit by atomic power. The event began in 1983 by Bob Sherman. Other individuals also started the parade and other events such as the rodeo. The celebration will include several events for all ages.
Atomic Days offers so many things for so many ages. There are fun events in the park, very family oriented. We have our parade that starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday. It is a dry parade is what we call it for the first half. And then when the sirens go and the banners start waving, that begins the wet parade. And it's fair game for everybody. They can, the crowd can shoot water at the participants of the parade. The participants shoot water out at the crowd, and it's just a really, really fun time.
There will also be a rodeo each night, and the Idaho National Lab will also be offering tours. Still to come this morning, we have your KPVI News Today headlines.
Do you have an interesting story idea? Email it to us at newsroom@kpvi.com.
Your job is serving clients, making goals and meeting them, hiring staff, paying expenses, and looking for business opportunities. Our job is to make sure you have the resources to keep doing your job. This is Community Banking, D.L. Evans Bank.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's Super 7-Day Sale is for you. That's 7 days to find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, accent chairs and recliners, dining groups, bar stools, bedrooms and kids' beds, mattresses, and adjustable bases. Complete the look with our massive selection of rugs and accessories, or score no interest financing until January 2029. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But don't wait. The Super 7-Day Sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 18th.
The summer heat might be breaking your conditioner, but that doesn't mean you have to break the bank. At Advanced Home Services, we're here to help our customers beat the heat on a budget by dropping our AC tune-up to just $29. That includes a full inspection of your system to ensure it's in proper working order for the summer. That's $29 well spent. For affordable and reliable service, contact Advanced Home Services today or schedule an appointment at mydadcantothat.com.
So you're thinking it's about time for a new Chevy? Let's talk about where you should buy. At Smith Chevrolet, we've made that choice simple. You'll save a little more on a new Chevy, your experience will be a little simpler, and you'll have a little more fun here than you would anywhere else. Did I mention you'll save a little? I meant you'll save a lot. At Smith Chevrolet, we make it simple. In fact, it's so simple there's really nothing else to say.
Says bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. What about 700 degrees for 10 minutes? Genius!
Keep kids out of trouble after school. Get the America's Promise Plate at your DMV. Proceeds go to at-risk youth programs in your county. It's a simple way you can make a difference.
At D.L. Evans Bank, we haven't invested in a deep line of digital banking services to help infuse more banking into your life. Just more living. D.L. Evans Bank. This is Community Banking.
Did you take a breaking news photo? Email it to us at newsroom@kpvi.com. You're watching KPVI News Today. KPVI News Today. News that works for you.
And now for a look at your KPVI News Today headlines. A lawsuit with the federal court in Pocatello claims a Pocatello police sergeant violated a man's constitutional rights when the sergeant shot and killed the man last January. The lawsuit, filed on behalf of the estate of Matthew Planer and Planer's mother, alleges numerous rights violations by Sergeant Rich Sampson, Officer Braven Johnson, Police Chief Roger Shy, and the city of Pocatello. Planer was pronounced dead at the scene after he was shot by Sampson during an investigation into the disturbing the peace allegation. A tractor trailer caught fire yesterday It happened south of Shelley, exit 108 on Interstate 15. Idaho State Police confirmed a vehicle fire and 2 vehicle crash on southbound I-15 at milepost 102. On the social media platform X, officials said southbound I-15 at exit 108 had been closed. The city of Pocatello is updating residents on the Center Street underpass project. The city says due to delays in the construction review process with the Union Pacific Railroad, the project has been paused. The underpass will be reopened later this summer until work is able to resume. The road will be repaved. Construction began earlier this spring with a water line replacement and work being done to the walls. And the Olympic torch has made it to Paris, making a special appearance during the country's national holiday. Just 11 days before the French capital hosts the Summer Games, the coveted torch lighting up the heart of Paris at the traditional military parade to celebrate Bastille Day. The torch made its grand entrance on horseback. The flame was then passed on to a youth volunteer and now begins its final relay around famous landmarks in Paris before the journey ends at the opening ceremony on July 26th. Bastille Day commemorates the storming of the Bastille prison in 1789. Well, that's going to kick it off, and soon we'll be right into the thick of the Olympics. Are y'all excited for that, Matt?
You know who got to carry the torch there in Paris?
Who got to carry the torch?
Jin from BTS.
Who?
Jin. You don't know who Jin is?
No.
Yeah, so he's the first member of BTS to come out of military service there in South Korea.
Oh.
And he was in Paris and he got to carry the torch. He was pretty happy about that too. Of course, 18 million people turned out just to see him. So,
yeah.
He's that famous.
Very
All right,
cool.
Let's get one more look at our Southeast Idaho Chevy dealer's 7-day forecast. In through Pocatello, we're looking at hot weather all week this week. Mid-90s for the week, upper 90s by the time we get to Sunday and into Monday. Not really cooling off a whole lot overnight, in the 60s and 70s for those overnight lows. Blackfoot also with the 90-degree weather. Sunshine tomorrow, mostly sunny skies for the rest of the week. Mid-90s, upper 90s by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. Idaho Falls also will be in the 90s for much of the week this week, with lows in the 50s and 60s. Lots of sunshine this week. Rexburg area, you get the sunshine too. Yeah, 89 for high tomorrow. Low 90s for the rest of the week for those daytime highs. And in through the Teton area, we do have a slight chance of some afternoon showers on Friday. Otherwise, we'll be living comfortably in the 80s. Deanne?
All right, thank you, Matt. To have the latest news and weather delivered right to your mobile device, download the KPVI News app for your phone or tablet. You'll find that link on